Hi, Michael Yan live at Mongkok again. Let's see. There has been some drama that I was live streaming on Facebook until the audio just went out. If you were on my Facebook, you'll know that some arrests were just made while I was live streaming on Facebook, but Facebook audio went out. So please share my live feed here on YouTube. There was, some serious drama when the police just came out and arrested several people. Eric, I was live streaming on Facebook when it happened, and then we lost audio after about 11 minutes. Someone said they got the sign up now if they're about to fire, or that this is an illegal assembly. I'm gonna put my mask on here soon. The police are gonna get even more violent here soon. I'm gonna put my mask on. First, I want to see what's going on inside the front of the police station for a little more awareness here. Let's see. Let's pull out of the side here, and I might walk the perimeter. All right, I don't see any police inside the station right there. They're obviously inside, but I'm gonna put my mask on. All right, shot. Let's see, that may have been a tear gas shot, but I don't see any tear gas going up. It may have been a pepper gun. They might have fired at somebody that has the, using a laser. Let me go over there before I put my mask on. See what he just shot at, see if he hit somebody. I think somebody got hit. I don't know what happened. Please share this. I'm new on live streaming to YouTube, Facebook. We keep having audio and every other problem in the world. Okay, they're gonna fire. You see they got the orange flag up. I need to get my mask on. She's only filming and they're shining with the lights. I don't know why they do that, but they do. I'm gonna put my mask on, so I'm gonna move to the periphery. We're not really in the periphery. The police can hit here, and they often do. They'll shoot gas even while public cars are going down the road, which, you could easily have a huge accident when you get tear gassed. Let me check what's going down this road. Nathan Road. This is Nathan Road. Please share this link and tell people when they come on to hit the bell so they get alerts when we go live on Facebook, on YouTube. Facebook keeps having failures. Okay, he's aiming his weapon up there at somebody. He's aiming his weapon. You see the light on the left-hand side? On the left-hand side, there's a guy aiming where the green laser is. It was just on him. See that laser? The guy's aiming his weapon at somebody right in the middle of the screen. Now he's aiming it over here.
He's very familiar with this type of environment, so I'm going to cover him up in the exit of the MTR station over there.
Okay, with Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got beaten by the police once.
You got hit?
Yeah.
Today?
No,
You
nothing.
okay?
Yeah, just now.
Right?
Nothing serious.
Okay.
Yeah, just.
You want to say, you got something to say? Say it. You know how to use this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll put my mask on while you're doing it.
Hi everyone, this is Matthew again, and the police just rush out from the police station because there are probably 20, 30 people chanting or swearing at the police station, provoking them. And when the moment that they rush out, they were working closely together with some plainclothes undercover police, but these people are super aggressive, and I've got hidden by the police, but nothing serious. And that's not my first time, and hopefully this will be the last time, but I doubt it. So is the audio good now? So tonight, apart from Mike, we have another foreign correspondent, so who is not very familiar with the level of violence in Hong Kong protest. So I need to take good care of him, and I'm just buying time while Mike is putting on his gear. While we are watching this relatively quiet station, just 5 minutes ago, 30, 40, 50 police officers just ran out from the police station and start arresting people. And these people, they might be chanting, swearing, insulting police officers, but that is not violating any law here. But anyway, they arrest those young people.
All right. I'm going to do a perimeter walk and check it out.
Yeah,
So you're going that way?
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to walk. I'll walk around that way and find you.
Call me. I will answer
Okay.
my phone.
Got it. All right. So I did not put my mask on because I'm going to do a perimeter walk and size up how the local situation is around here. Now, if you were watching my Facebook and just came over here, you'll notice that I went live and I went immediately told people to get ready, put helmets on and whatnot because I thought something was about to happen. I didn't know what, but it's just one of those senses that I had. And then you saw all the drama on my Facebook, and Matthew said he got hit as well. And then my audio cut out on Facebook, so I moved over to YouTube. So we're just gonna do a perimeter check here. We're walking down Nathan Road. I just want to see how this situation is on Nathan, and then loop back around. There's an anti-mask law in effect, and if you saw the video that I just did on Facebook, it just ended, 15 minutes ago. You'll see that I had my video on someone, and then the police rushed out, some in plain clothes, and then others came out of the police station and arrested them right in front of my video. And I could just sense something was wrong. That's why you heard me tell probably 4 people to get ready for something. And that was actually, I put on my helmet before just before I started live streaming. Something was off. So there's been the helmet laws, or not helmet laws, but the mask laws that went into effect, what's today? Last Friday. They're not going to have any serious effect other than change people's tactics. The movement is clearly not dying at all. It's just changing tactics. So you can see there's more people coming. And I see flashing lights way down here. That might be by the Hennessy and Nathan Road intersection. Let's see what's going on down here. The mask laws and also the MTR shut down at 2200 now tonight. That's 10 o'clock at night. They're not going to stop the movement. The government is making, the Hong Kong and Beijing governments are making all the classic counterinsurgency errors. They're making just one after another. For instance, you know, the anti-mask laws. I remember there was an assassination in Kathmandu, right, in Nepal. And immediately everybody said, well, you know, somebody did it on a motorcycle. There's two guys on a motorcycle and they were wearing masks on their helmets. And the joke was that, you know, the police, that the government will immediately make a anti-visor law for helmets in Nepal. And I think they actually did, actually. I mean, it's just these reactionary things that they keep treating symptoms instead of causes. And they never have enough aspirin to cure what ails them. So we're gonna, doesn't seem like anything down there, so we're gonna swipe around here. I see these folks might be waiting on a bus, but also they've got that look of anti-Beijing look. Just say, if you've been around here long enough, you know what I mean. So yeah, more were just arrested at Mongkok. You saw it on my live video right in front. I had the video on someone that the police just, you know, came out from undercover and got very quickly. So now we're looping back around. That's the Mongkok police station far in the distance in front of us. Just doing a little loop around that block to check what's going on out here. Remember on my live stream last week, just one street over from where we're at now, someone threw a bottle out of a building from way up high and hit what appeared to be a medic or a journalist beside me. He had the vest, the orange vest on. Hit him right in the head. He wasn't wearing his helmet. And it came down very far and really hurt his head very badly. I hope he's okay. Please share this live out now on all of your social media. Very helpful. And tell people to subscribe, please. And to hit the bell button when they subscribe, and then they'll get the automatic updates when I go live. If I had gone live on YouTube first, most of the people would not have seen it that saw it on Facebook, which was, you know, that's the problem, you know, with different social media platforms. We're going to a system now that will feed out to multiple platforms simultaneously, but on the feed out that's going to Facebook is losing audio for some reason after getting around the 12-minute mark. So we don't know why. It's doing it on multiple phones and we tried all kinds of different systems and carriers and many permutations, but it's not dropping audio when we come to YouTube. So yeah, let's go. We're looping back to the police station. That's the police station right in front of me now. See where that bus is? It's right behind that bus. If you can see the bus. That chirping noise is the signal for blind people to be able to cross the street. The United States needs to, Ted Cruz just came to town. That's good. The Hong Kongers keep telling me that. They were very happy when Senator Rick Scott came to town from Florida. I was very happy because I'm from Florida. And everybody knows Marco Rubio's name now. Rick Scott's becoming popular here. And now Ted Cruz is becoming popular. And so you can see where we're at here. So here we are, Hong Kong. Back at the police station. Now, when people are taken into custody, I was going to continue walking the perimeter, but I hear a lot of noise over here, so let's check out that noise, and then I might keep doing the perimeter from the other angle instead of the one I was just headed to. Now, there's a lot of allegations that when prisoners are taken, those were political prisoners that were just taken. You saw them taken right in front of me. Those are straight up political prisoners taken by Hong Kong police, but working for, clearly, under the hand of Beijing. And those are absolute political prisoners. You just saw it live on my Facebook feed. Some of the political prisoners we've seen them beat the heck out of them right in front of my cameras many times. And there's allegations now of rape of both men and women who after they're taken prisoner. And based on what I've seen them do while my cameras are rolling, much less. He just said, "See Lou." But based on what some of the police have done right in front of my cameras, many times, clear human rights abuses, that lends credibility to the allegations of rape and other abuse that have happened inside the prisons. Because if they'll do that on the streets when there's a dozen live streaming cameras going on, what in the world will they do everywhere else? So this is the side of the police station here. I want to just walk down this way. I think nothing's going on here, but I want to check it out just to get some situational awareness. So you can see there's even somebody with looks like maybe their daughter. It's amazing that the police will actually fire gas when the streets are open. They didn't fire tear gas that time, but other times I'll see them fire tear gas right when the streets are open like this. Imagine if you're just driving down the road and all of a sudden you get a whiff of tear gas in your face through the window. You could just crash right over the sidewalk and kill a bunch of people, much less yourself. The police do it all the time, man. They do it all the time. Shoot tear gas in built up neighborhoods all the time. Tons. So I'm just checking the perimeter of the police station to see if there's any. Okay, I do see some police movement in the distance there, vehicles. I'm glad I checked this perimeter. Where are they going? Okay, there was at least 3 vehicles. There may have been more, but I caught 3. They were going to the right. They were going to the right. Now, there's Prince Edward Station. Okay, there they are. That's the police. I just saw how many. 1, they're going into the police station. 2, no police in that second vehicle. And then 3, no police in the third vehicle. Not in the back anyway, not that I can see. Oh, there is police in the back of that vehicle. Okay, there are police in the back of that vehicle. Okay. So this is the back. Just letting that guy pass. This is the back of the Mongkok police station. Just wanted to see what's going on around the block. Then we'll walk back into the action. Yeah, the anti-mask law went into effect last Friday night at midnight. It's not going to do any good. They're just fighting. They're fighting a battle that they can't win without making some real concessions, which I don't believe that they're going to do. And it's a long, long slog. Anybody who thinks that this will be over quickly is wrong. It'll only be over quickly if one side quits, and there's no sign of that at this point. Funny, so many conflicts that I've seen in different parts of the world, that the moves and counter moves are really predictable, or that at least symptom treating will occur all the time, like constant. Here's an example. In Nepal, I spent a year up there, and I spent a lot of time talking with Maoists and in the war areas and that sort of thing. The Maoists would make bombs out of pressure cookers because, they live in the Himalaya mountains, and they need pressure cookers to cook, to do a good job cooking with the lower amounts of fuel. And the pressure cookers happen to make great bombs. I think that's where the U.S., actually, some Americans started making pressure cooker bombs because it spread, for instance, throughout Nepal and India. Then if you track it, the bomb experts can tell you, then it started spreading, and next thing you know, they're in the United States. But anyway, when I was in Nepal, so the Nepalese government then outlawed, people taking pressure cookers up in the mountains. Well, that was important. That was really important. That was like taking a tractor away from the farmers. Those pressure cookers are vitally important for the people, and so it just made people more and more angry. They were treating the symptom. And it didn't stop pressure cooker bombs. It didn't even slow them down. It just made everybody even more angry and more determined to beat the government. And they did. And then dirty Maoists took charge, made it even worse, if that's possible. They just kept it Nepal with a communist face. Either way, there's the police coming out again. 2 anyway. So we just walked a block around the police station. Sorry to take you out of the action, but a lot of times I just like to go check the perimeter to get a little situation awareness. I can see some comments coming in. Kumar, you said go back, but I didn't see where you're saying go back where. And also another comment about problems at the city jail. That's very far from here. Unless you're talking about the jail here at Mongkok. They just captured some people on my live stream. Remember, I was live streaming right here. You can remember I started my live stream and I said, hey, I started telling numerous people to get ready, put their helmets on, that sort of thing. And then I started live streaming a guy here, as you recall, and then plainclothes policemen came out and made some arrests right here, and then I moved over here because they pulled him off to the corner, and then they were around that corner arresting more people, and then the police perimeter pushed everyone back, and they took their prisoners inside. The people are still allowing the police some level of control. You know, because Hong Kongers are so civilized, they've got such a long fuse. Here's Mao. Oh, hello, Mao. That's a grave insult in, you know, for people to walk over Mao. It's funny, I was told a couple hours ago by a fixer for an Italian television show that an Italian programmer was out here staging events like to get somebody to step on Mao's face and that sort of thing. And he wanted to stage some drama, as if any drama needs to be staged. This is the memorial for the alleged 3 people murdered by the Hong Kong police in this train station. This is Prince Edward Station. This is the exit Alpha, exit A. It's been closed because protesters believe 3 ghosts are in there. That's why this memorial is here. And they've got Mao not in honor here. They hate the communists. And so these memorials are here. This memorial is here for the 3 people that the patriots believe have been killed by police inside of the train station. There is definitely a cover-up. There's no question about that. Whether or not 3 people were actually killed is unknown to me. There's definitely a cover-up. Please share this out, because we're just really getting started with using YouTube, and help me explain to people how to hit subscribe and to click the bell so that you get alerts. Click the bell. When you hit subscribe, a little bell will pop up. After you click subscribe, a bell will pop up. Then click the bell. Click the bell, and then you'll get alerts when I go live. The press are photographing something. It's probably munitions or something. I don't know. I hope it's not more American munitions. I did find one from Switzerland, or the Patriots found it, but I videotaped it last week. Not far from here. It was pepper spray from Switzerland, and I put the company's name on it. The police talking. That's from the police station. Police are out here for something. Probably recovering whatever was lost. What were they filming? What was it?
It was a police ID.
A police
warranty card.
A police identity card?
Yeah, the warranty card.
Oh, warrant card, which is like their badge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So he lost his warrant card. Their warrant card is like the police ID or badge. The police lost that here on the ground, apparently. So the police came out and recovered it after it's been seen around the world. So that's nice. Notice how the people just let the police come out. Well, that was journalists though. That not. Look at all these journalists that were able to photograph and videotape that card. If anybody can take a screenshot of that card, please post it and send it to me. I would really appreciate it. Hey, the police are doxing people as well, so they've got no room to cry about people doxing them. They're doxing people like crazy. The police are doxing people like crazy. Comes around. All right, we're at Mongkok Police Station. Mongkok Police Station is to my 6 o'clock. I'm looking across the road from it. So here's the police station. You can see the sign there. I hope the clarity's good on the upload, and I hope the audio is good. Hey, Carl, what'd you see?
They dropped a warrant card on the floor, and the press and local people came, swarmed, and took a lot of photos and content. And then maybe 10 minutes later, the Mongkok police came outside to get the warrant card. And at the moment, just people are, I guess, just standing on the sidelines, chanting and waiting for something to kick off. But it's dying down a little bit, but that's about it at the moment.
Thanks, Carl. Carl's been going out to, he's a documentary filmmaker. He's been going out to a lot of the protests. I see him all the time. He gets right in the middle of it. He's learning what's going on here firsthand. So when I see him, I often ask him what he's seeing. Thanks for that clarity and audio. Great. I just saw that comment pop up. There's another comment. For some reason, I can't read that one. Oh, show us how you are dressed. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. Show you how I'm dressed. I've actually got the orange vest on today, which is only the second time I've ever worn one. And I'm wearing it because in case the police accidentally shoot me, they're not going to be able to say, but you were dressed as a rioter or a terrorist. I'll be able to say, I was wearing your stupid orange vest that you don't care about anyway, and you shoot journalists and writers and photographers anyway. But this is how I'm dressed. That's how I got my little orange thing on, right? And that's it. And no need to focus on me. I got a real helmet on now. I'm wearing serious eye protection. And because it's, very dangerous out here with the police firing their rubber bullets and everything else they shoot. Mostly here it's journalists and medics at this point. I think tomorrow will be a big day, and so I might not stay out very much longer tonight. I want to be very ready for tomorrow, and I'll probably stay out and talk with people for quite a while, but right now we're just walking around showing who's here. It's mostly journalists and medics and people coming to pay respects for the missing three. Someone just asked if I'm meeting Ted Cruz while he's in town. If you're watching this, the answer is no. No schedule to meet with Ted Cruz. But if any other senators or representatives are coming, I'll be happy to brief them. I've been in more of the protest and probably about anybody out here, roughly 75-ish so far. I don't, of the big ones. I don't count the small ones. But I've been to, roughly 75 or so. Well, you know, I'm a political lightning rod too. I always have been since the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War and Thailand and Japanese issues, Korean issues, and surely now in Hong Kong issues. So, you know, it's there's some voltage involved with talking with me, but some voltage also. I tend to be amazingly right on my predictions on things because I do spend so much time on the ground and talking with people so much, and I've been in so many of these conflicts. I just know where the fish are. Please do help people find my YouTube page and help them learn how to subscribe. It's very easy. Hit the subscribe button. And then after you hit subscribe, a little bell will pop up to the right of the subscribe button. And then click that bell to the right of the subscribe button, and then you'll get alerts when I go live. Because I'm not always going to go on and say on Facebook or something to, you know, hey, I'm going live. There's just too much time. Like earlier when the police were about to do something, I could sense it. There was no time to start going around everywhere to all the different places and say, hey, I'm about to go live. There's just no time for that. I put on my helmet. I was like, something's going on, something's going down. I stopped what I was doing, stopped talking with somebody, put on my helmet, went live, started telling people to get ready, and then boom, there they were. There's no time to go messing around on Twitter and Facebook and all that. You gotta just go live. Actually, it takes too long to go live right now. There needs to be a system, if there is one out there, I'm unaware of it at this point, there's just a one-click go live button, you know, just click go live without any title or anything, just like bang, you know, here it is, so that you can go from nothing, from, you know, camera off to camera on to live within, you know, 10 seconds. That would be very, very valuable. See, they're not using as many lasers now as they were before, but they still have some out. We're by Mongkok police station, by the Prince Edward exit Alpha, exit A, where the 3 people allegedly disappeared from after being beaten to death by the police, if they were beaten to death by the police, which is not proven, but what is proven is that there's a cover-up. And what is sufficiently proven to me too is that Hong Kongers, especially the Patriot version of the Hong Kongers that are here, that you see here, they do have critical thinking filters. They have good filters for critical thinking. They don't just take rumors and run with them like some cultures will. Like some Americans will and some won't just take rumors and run with them. But you know me, I don't like to. Sometimes you have to repeat what you hear because it's very important. It could be, and then you have to caveat that, you know, such and such. Here's an example I gave from Afghanistan. There was, you know, when you're going out there alone or with the military, there are people that do nothing but follow social media these days. So they're watching all these social media feeds, like Twitter, and there might be a tweet that goes up that might say, you know, American convoy just killed, you know, 3 Afghan people, a family just ran them over or something. And that's unproven, but this is the paradox of it. It's important to spread, even though it's unproven. Why is it important to spread? It's important to spread within our own circles because the Afghans will react to that, and they can start killing people. So you have to. That's the paradox of it. So sharing that there is a rumor can be life or death important. And some people go, no, that's not true. You have to prove everything first. And I'm like, bullshit. You've never been to war, buddy. Just shut up. Unless you've been to war, you don't know what you're talking about. Or maybe you know what you're talking about, but I'm going to tell you what. When you hear a rumor like that in a place like Iraq or Afghanistan, you better pay attention because the Afghans will react to it. All you have to do is say Americans are burning Korans, whether it's true or not true, is actually not relevant. What's relevant is that that's what they think is true. And believe me, Afghans, if they hear it, it's true. There's a joke in Afghan among the military information warriors and intelligence people was that the first person that can tell Afghans something 3 times wins. All you have to do is tell them 3 different ways. Tell them on the radio, tell them on a road sign, tell them, you know, by somebody told them on the phone or a text or something, and boom, that's it. They accept it as truth. And there's a lot of truth to that. Different cultures are like that, but not so much here in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, you can see a higher threshold of proof, and that's why here at this memorial, I've asked so many people, and they'll say, well, we don't actually have proof, but we really think that it did happen, and that's why we have a memorial. And actually, I think it probably did happen that 3 people were murdered and it was covered up, but I don't know. There's the other strange part of it too. Then why don't we have any names? So, but then why was there the cover up? You know how it gets. You know how these things get. But why this? Why that? Okay, the police are lined up, getting maybe ready to do something again. They're opening the gate. Opening the gate. They don't have their gas masks on. Maybe they're not opening the gate. I don't know. Maybe they're preparing it for something. Yeah, because it looks like he's preparing it to quickly open. Maybe they're getting ready to do another rush. I think before, when they arrested that guy, it seemed like they had a hard time getting out of the gate. Notice it took a long time for them to get reinforcements on my Facebook feed. That, oh yeah, that's what they're exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. Notice he just lightly opened it. Now they're doing a rush. They don't have their gas mask on, but they got stuck at that gate again. That's exactly what he was doing. He was making it just easy enough to, like a mouse trap. Easy, and they're doing a run of the bulls. So. Running of the bulls. There's a lot more police coming out. It's a lot, but they can't get out very fast because they're stuck in the funnel. They're stuck in that funnel, so they're spread out. So tactically, they're very vulnerable right now, the police, because they can't get out of that funnel, and they're only coming out of one side. And that's what he was doing. He was making the gate. The policeman was making the gate so that they could get out very quickly.
Get back on the pedestrians.
There's Carl. There's Carl. Signal is getting rough. I saw that. Hey, Eric. Yeah, I saw that. Well, I hope it gets better as I'll walk out of that area. Then hopefully the signal will get better. I just smelled tear gas, which is interesting because nobody shot at me, to my knowledge. It's just a whiff. Please help people know that this is live by feeding it out to your social media and other platforms, and telling people to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and then once you hit subscribe, hit the bell right beside subscribe. When you hit subscribe, a little bell will pop up right beside the subscribe button, and then hit that bell. And after you hit that bell, then you'll get alerts when I go live. Let's I want to check this area over here to see if there's any police coming from a different direction. They might try to do a hammer and anvil, which they've been doing more of lately. Yeah, you saw that gate. Here's police here. There was that gate that you heard me saying that I think he's basically setting it like a mousetrap so they can get out quickly. But a problem they had there was it's just one gate and they couldn't get out very quickly because it's a fatal funnel there. And also, remember the guys that they arrested on my Facebook video that was, like an hour ago. It took them a while to get reinforcements to come when the undercover cops arrested the guys right in front of me. And they couldn't get out of that gate because they didn't have it set right. They haven't been practicing making it up as they go along. What it appears anyway. So you see the police that are there, but it's easy now to reinforce another unit from this direction, and then squeeze the people in here. But they haven't closed the roads. But don't let that stop the police. They'll do stupid stuff like that all the time. Chi-Nazi cop. Yep, that's true. I think a lot of them actually wish they weren't in uniform. You can tell on their faces sometimes. You can just tell, like they'll look at you and get a look on their face like, I don't want to be here, but I'm here because I have to be here or something, I don't know, that's why I don't want to make gross, vast overstatements about all the police being Chi-Nazis, but certainly the uniform represents that at this point. Certainly represents that because of all the actions that they are doing. Don Main. This isn't Afghanistan. Don Main said someone will explode himself on the police and kill a dozen. Hong Kong is famous for bombings, just not in recent years. If you look at the 1960s, for instance, unrest, there were huge amounts of bombings. Bombing is a kind of a Chinese thing to do. Somebody might go, what a racist thing to say. And I'll say, how about web search, bombings, China? And you'll see loads of bombings. Because, I've written a book about that that's not published yet. Not about bombings in China, but about explosives and whatnot. And it's a long story. But anyway, lost audio. Do I still have audio on YouTube? Can you tell me with any comments? Please tell me if there's audio, yes or no. Audio is good for me. Audio is good. Yes. Okay, thank you. I think that comment that came in may have been referring to my YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but Facebook. Thank you on the audio. And please do help people know that we're live streaming now on YouTube. I see a police unit moving from to the right here. Sometimes they'll come out and they'll come over and they'll go to that other side over there where the people are under that pillar of the bridge. And they start looking for police information that's been doxed and put on the walls there. And then they come here and do the same. And the last time they did that, they ripped the flowers out of the memorial. Let's see if the police indelicately do that again. And that's basically like going to a funeral, a cemetery, and ripping out all the headstones or flowers. But they did that here on my live stream recently. Right here. Get it right here. And here's the police again here. No telling what they're up to now. They don't have their tear gas. There's the British guy. He's the commander, I think. It's interesting. Like in China, there's not a lot of. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's pay attention here. How's the signal now? Are you getting good video? Great, thank you. That helps me to know. Maybe it was just that shadow we were in. You see people up there, they've got one of their, they're holding up one of the signs up there. I don't know if it's black or blue because it's too dark to tell the color, but it could be they're getting ready to fire, or when they hold up the flag. You see the light right there in the middle? On that balcony, there's a guy holding up the sign. They hold up the signs before it could be about illegal assembly or something going on over here. Let's see. Sorry, I'll get out of the way in just a second as soon as these cars are gone. All right, here we go. Support of the protesters. Is that loud enough for you? Look, they say shoots a bird, so they just light her up and help our photography. That's how stupid the police are. They like light her up and just help with everybody's photography. They just make it easy for the world media to go, great photography. Isn't that great? The police are helping with that. Yeah. These women are tough too. She's not just screaming. I've seen them in action a lot. They'll fight. They'll straight up fight. They're not all words here, buddy. I'll tell you that. So let's talk again about attacks in China. You don't see a lot of gun violence because they don't have guns, but you see a lot of bombings. They try to cover it up, but a lot of it does get out. You know, they have fireworks and all that, so that they have all the ingredients for, you know, serious bombs. And so they have huge amounts of bombings in China. And another thing that they have is stabbings, mass stabbings. They have a lot of mass stabbings. And it's interesting, the targets of the mass stabbings. But the targets of the mass stabbings are very interesting. Often they'll attack like children, like schools and that sort of thing. And people say, why do they do that? Because, interestingly, they don't have the social security networks that we have in the United States and in some other countries. And so they're dependent on families. So when people get older, they have to have children to take care of them, that sort of thing. And if they don't, then, you know, it's a problem. And so they'll kill their children. That's why you see them killing, doing a lot of, they'll kill children. You'll also see, for instance, in some other countries, a lot of bombings of weddings and funerals. That's often clan on clan, like tribe on tribe violence. You know, because they know weddings and funerals. Obviously, weddings and funerals are the big places to get intel and the big places to target entire families and social structures. You'll see that a lot. So please help share this out and tell people how to get here, that we even do live on YouTube. It's so new. So Eric, you all right? Did you?
It's gonna last a while. I might as well relax.
You didn't get hit in the head today, did you?
Not yet. Night's still young though.
Matthew said he got hit in the head.
Oh.
Yeah.
With a stick?
I don't know. His head wasn't bleeding, so that's good. About to happen. I just put on my helmet, if you remember.
Yeah.
And so I was right there when when the plainclothes guys came out. Yeah, I kept the cameras on them because all the other cameras were pushed back. I kept them on until they pushed me back. Let me keep walking around and check out what's going on here. Okay. Eric got arrested recently, and he got doxxed by the police. They've been calling him everything under the book. He's media. He's not, but he didn't save him from getting arrested. Thank you for the words on the signal. I wish I could see all the comments, but I think most of them go by without me actually seeing them. Hello in Arizona. LOS, loss of signal. Oh gosh, I hope it's good. If your signal does drop off, refresh please. GG Pong Pong. Yeah, I see a comment that you didn't know about the bombings in China. There's a lot. China is a bombing place. They cover it up a lot, but if you study up or know the right people, or just study up is all you have to do. You'll see that actually there's a lot, but they cover up. There's a lot of protest in China as well, but those are effectively covered up as well. Well, look how they're trying to stop these. If they had just taken the hint in the beginning, but China's authoritarian, so they don't take hints. They take action with Tiananmen Square type action. They are not bulletproof. China is not made of granite, and they are eroding. So here we are at the Mongkok police station, at the Prince Edward MTR station, which are co-located. And these flowers are for people that the Patriots believe the police murdered 3 people here. And there's clearly a cover-up. We don't know the names of 3 that may have been murdered. So that's a theory, but it's not a baseless theory. It's a theory based on facts. There was definitely a beating here. Everybody knows that. In fact, I almost was here, but I was at another action, and I almost got on the train to come here, but I stayed at the other action. And then many of the patriots who landed here on their train got really beaten up badly by the police, and that's when people believed that 3 were killed and disappeared. And that's when MTR, who is the company that, well, there's a company that runs the trains, they are not releasing the video, nor is the police. So there you go. Why not just release the video if you didn't do anything, right? Let's answer some questions. We're at Mongkok Police Station, and let's see. I'll scroll up. Eric did not get hit. I told Eric he didn't look good earlier, actually, but I wanted to go tell him again. Eric, somebody else said you didn't look good.
Really?
I told you earlier you didn't look good.
Well, maybe I'm just hungry and tired.
Hungry? You want to go eat?
I'm good.
All right. I told him the same thing. He said he's just hungry and tired. He had a stressed look on his face, and I said, you got a stressed look on your face. I said, you all right? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I said, you all right? And he does look a little stressed. He keeps going out there day after day after day. He's media, but he's been arrested. It's just, you can see how it is. Mongkok Police Station. Let's see any comments to read. Let's see. Why was Eric arrested? Let's go ask Eric. I'll go ask him. Wait, he just left. Where did Eric go? Eric has vanished, leaving nothing but a shadow. He left nothing but a shadow. Let me go find him. See if I can find him. We'll ask Eric. Well, I may have lost Eric. He's very elusive. Do you see Eric? I don't see him. I don't see him. Eric has vanished. Around here somewhere. Yeah. He better not have gone to eat without inviting me. Maybe he did, but I don't think so. He's just walked off somewhere. Eric sticks. He stays. Man, he's one of the few guys that's really out there constantly. Oh, there he is. You disappeared, man. You forget something? Oh, I didn't see it over there, and I looked. He said he lost his phone. Oh, I didn't see it over there. Somebody wanted to ask you. You are tired, man, when you start leaving stuff. Hey, somebody wanted to ask why you got arrested.
Oh, because I'm a translator, and when I was covering the protests in Chunmun on September the 21st, I got separated from the media team that I was working with, and because I had a black shirt that day, they naturally associated me being there with me being part of the riots. So they arrested me for unauthorized assembly. And they locked me in there for 45 hours before letting me go on bail without actually charging me.
So you're not charged yet,
I don't think they're going to charge.
They've got nothing on me.
right?
The letter of no objection, which is basically the police's approval for the event, ended at 5 p.m. on that day. I got arrested at 5:09. I can account for 5 of those minutes because I was on the side having a cigarette. That means that even if they said I was doing something illegal, there's only 4 minutes of it, and it's unlikely they're going to have any footage of me actually doing anything because I know I wasn't doing anything.
Sarge, your helmet's unbuckled again. What do I keep telling you, bro? Look, when my helmet's on, it's buckled.
There.
I keep telling him, but he's tough. You go out more than almost anybody, man. You're amazing. Even got arrested, and you're still coming out.
Oh yeah. I mean, some people are willing to die for what they believe in. I'm willing to get arrested, and if they let me out on bail, that just means more of a reason to come back out and tell the truth.
Do you want to tell about the television crew, the story you told me before?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still working with it.
Okay. Let's walk. What do you think's going to happen next, Mr. Eric?
What's going to happen next is that this thing will go on until either there's enough people
Getting tired and going home, that the police think they're safe for tonight, and then the night, and then tomorrow happens, which will be interesting. Or they're just going to keep doing this, small tit for tat, come out, aggravate everybody, draw a bigger crowd, and then get surprised when a bigger crowd starts heckling them from outside.
What do you anticipate for tomorrow?
Well, it's been a quiet week for the most part. Online discussion boards have said that those more of the frontline protesters, let's say, have taken this week to recuperate, rest, and tomorrow's their big day out after a week of R&R.
All right. Tomorrow they're going to have a big day or a small day?
It's going to be a big day. When I asked, several of the protesters, where are they protest? Where will they be at tomorrow afternoon? And they basically said everywhere.
Yeah, now it's getting more difficult for the police because they're doing the MTR shutdowns and the mask thing, so it's just spreading out.
Yes, instead of having a focus point on Hong Kong Island or Kowloon side, now it's spreading to various small skirmishes and small unit actions across the entirety of Hong Kong. I would probably predict that the places where rather strong resistance to the police have happened, like in Sha Tin, Wong Tai Sin, Sham Shui Po, where we're at right now, are all potential hotspots for tomorrow.
Okay. Eric, you gonna call it a night?
Probably in half an hour if nothing happens or so.
Yeah. In fact,
Day out tomorrow. If we're going to be tired, might as well be tired tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Conserve batteries right now.
Yeah.
Conserve bio batteries, because tomorrow could be, you know how it gets. What else?
We could wake up at noon. We could head out at noon and come back home at like 3 in the morning.
Exactly.
Smelling of tear gas.
Exactly. Are your mask filters okay?
I need new ones. But
Actually, let's talk about mask filters. Can you explain the pros and cons of this type of mask?
Well, this is what they call a half-face respirator.
Half-face respirator. Hey, why don't we go sit down somewhere and do this? We'll get it in more light. Over by the police station.
The only thing they're good for now.
Yeah.
How about the real dog?
A real dog. Well, because they call police dogs, that's what Eric was referring to. in America, they call police pigs, but a lot of my friends are police, so I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get bad messages from them.
Yeah,
Plus,
my
I like them or they wouldn't be
brother,
friends.
was also an auxiliary police officer, like a part-timer.
Yeah.
So, some of the more insulting terms that they use for the police,
Where did the term even come from?
because, dogs are... the term running dog that,
Right.
communist propaganda really loves to use.
Right.
As, basically the muscle behind or the enforcers of an unjust regime. Like the attack dogs, basically.
Yeah, we'll sit over here. How's that? And I'll ask you about the or I'm just going to take this bag off and put this helmet down
Cool.
because it's in my hand now. All right. I want to ask Eric about these masks. And there's my helmet. And I got this. Notice the beautiful water-resistant bag, which is in water cannon blue. I got it though. I got that color because they got blue dye in a lot of their water, and so if they hit me with the blue dye, it'll match, and it won't be like tie-dye white or something. All right. So, all right. Let's talk about these masks. Yeah. Or we can stand it.
So what we have here is a commercial mask from 3M. This particular type is called a half-face mask.
A half-face mask.
Because it only covers half the face.
Right. A half-face mask.
Like this.
Right.
And this is compared to the full-face mask, which is more similar to a military-type gas mask, which covers most of the face, and it gives you probably less peripheral vision, but will protect you from, in addition to tear gas, also protect you from pepper spray.
Right. And the rubber bullets if you got a good one.
There have been cases where reporters have been hit with anti-riot rounds, so they're less lethal rounds that have apparently cracked or even just completely shattered the face mask, the face shield.
On what type of mask?
On the full face ones.
Right. It depends on the type, actually.
Yeah.
But so a good part about these is that they're very stowable. You can put it in a smaller space. A bad part is, well, if you get hit with tear gas, it hits your eyes. That's why it's tear gas. And also, while your
skin stains,
Yeah.
and your eyes water.
Yeah.
It's nasty business.
So it's very stowable, though. Like you can put this in a very small space. And my mask takes up more space, but it covers my full face. So, plus and minus. How long do those filters last?
It depends. How long the filters last really does depend on how much tear gas exposure you're exposing yourself to. But for a completely brand new set of gas cartridges and the aerosol filters, you're talking about a good 2 to 3 instances or days of heavy tear gas exposure before they start losing their effectiveness.
Just 2 or 3 with those.
Yeah.
Man, my M50 mask, I got an M50. I must have been through, I don't know, 20 or 30 hits by now with that one. And I haven't had to change the filters yet.
Heavy exposure, like the front line people.
You know where I'm at. I'm getting heavy.
Like those
Yeah.
the ones that literally grab the
yeah.
gas cylinders and then
Yeah.
toss them back to the police.
Right.
We're talking about 2 or 3 days of repeated doses.
Oh
of that.
yeah. But
But if you're within a meter of it, I'm talking about that's what we'll refer to as medium levels of exposure.
Right.
And in which case you're still good for at least 2 weeks.
Have any of your friends have respiratory illness that are unexplained or they think may have come from this gas?
Well, I don't know a lot of the frontline people, and they're quite not willing. They're probably not willing to volunteer their information out to the media or in public,
Right.
in case the police come knocking on their door. But a lot of the reporters that have to cover the protests, especially earlier on, before the gas masks and the gas cartridges were so widely used by the reporters, have said that after several repeated nights of it being tear gas, they have actually started coughing up blood, and they had to go see a doctor, and it hasn't healed up after a month or even a month and a half. Some of the female reporters have also actually reported, their monthly cycles have been disrupted or have actually stopped completely. And it could be due to psychological stress of having to cover, the protest. but they usually believe that it's due to the CS gas that they're breathing in.
Right. And there's a lot of gas out here, tons of gas. It's unbelievable.
The police seems to have actually toned down their tear gas usage. And earlier this week, I'm pretty sure it was actually yesterday at at the police press conference, they have actually said that they are now sourcing most of their new tear gas canisters from mainland China because non-lethal technologies in the United States can no longer provide them with the quantity and the amount that they need to continue their anti-riot operations.
Jennifer Coco says, thank you for your interview.
Cool.
She said something else. She said, he is a very brave young man. He is very.
No,
yeah,
I'm a coward.
Yeah,
I donned the press vest because I would rather not be arrested.
He's not a coward, trust me. Or he wouldn't be standing here. But are you hungry?
A little bit.
I'm going to ask Eric if he wants to go to dinner. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off, and I'll definitely go live again tomorrow or again tonight if anything happens. Please hit the subscribe button and tell others how to do it, and also on your social media. And once you hit subscribe, hit the bell. When you hit subscribe, then the subscribe button a little bell will appear beside the subscribe button. Then click that bell. Click the bell after you hit subscribe, and then you'll get updates when I go live. All right. Definitely be live tomorrow. Probably not again tonight, but you don't know. And I'm going to go talk with Eric and ask him what's going on. Good night, y'all. Mike out and Eric out.
Night.
Now, how do I turn this off, Eric? This way, right here. This one, I think.
Yep, I believe so.
End.